Welcome to another day in BREE'S WORLD.
We're gonna keep it low key, keep it softly spoken, with no strings tying you to me. I'm happy in your company with no emotion, 'cause my love deserves to be free.
What's up, gang gang? As you can see, I am now a redhead. Anyways, tune into my video on Tuesday to see the process of me changing my hair from blonde to red. Yeah, so anyways, today's video is about what you all have been asking me to talk about for a couple of weeks now. Love, relationships, all that good stuff, you know, like lovers and friends, all that hoorah that y'all asked for. But of course, before we get into the video, make sure that you subscribe to my channel, tap that bell so you get notification every single time I upload. All right, let's go ahead and get into our video. Okay, so like I said, today's video is all about relationships, love, sex. This is really like me giving advice, I guess you could say. So, first of all, as y'all know, I'm no longer in a relationship. Me and my boyfriend broke up. And since we have broken up, I've definitely had multiple dudes that have been like, hey, you know, can I get your number? Can I come chill with you? Blase, 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 blase. And to say that, like, I haven't been interested would be a lie. Because, like, obviously, as a female, I mean, as a human, sorry, I'm trying to, like, block out some of that. Like, as a human in general, you want human interaction. You know, you want that love from another human. And I guess more than wanting to be loved, like, you just want you want adult interaction, you know, like, we're humans. If you've had sex before, you don't want sex again. You know, somebody to cuddle with, somebody to lay up with, talk to about what you got going on, talk to about, like, your plans. Like, when me and my ex were together, it was like, you know, I could bounce my ideas about my business off of him. I could talk to him about my YouTube ideas. Like, it was so many different things that I could talk to him about. And now that we're not together, it's kind of awkward, because it's like, dang, I really be wanting to talk to him about, like, what's going on, because that's just who I talk to about that stuff. But, like, we've been broken up for probably about a month now, so, like, I'm getting back into the flow of, like, just writing my ideas down and kind of, like, talking to myself about them. But I mean, like, that's what I miss when I'm not in a relationship. I miss having that person to, like, talk to, that person to, like, kick it with. You know, when my son go to bed, it's like, hey, yo, let's watch a movie. When my son's not here, like, hey, slide through, like, let's hang out. Even when my son is here, like, having somebody that I can be like, hey, I want to take Christopher to the park, you want to go? Like, stuff like that. So, like, it's missed, but whatever. But I do want to kind of dive into my last video. I talked about what did I talk about? Oh, I talked about why girls hide their skeletons, like, why girls don't tell you, like, everything that they've done, everybody slept with, stuff like that. Because it was Gossip Girl Friday, and I asked what y'all wanted to talk about, and a guy was like, can we talk about why girls hide their skeletons? So, going back to that video, I was like, because, you know, girls are judged, if a girl does something, you know, it's like, oh, you're nasty, you're a hoe, whatever. So, bringing that forward, taking that conversation and putting it into this conversation, in a relationship, when you choose to get into a relationship with a person, you choose to take on whatever they come with. You choose to take on the good, the bad, the ugly. You choose to deal with, you know, okay, yeah, she slept with 10 niggas. Yeah, he slept with 40 girls. Like, you chose to take that on when you chose to be in a relationship with this person, because that's part of it. Like, people are always like, oh, the past is past, but it's not. A person's past severely affects their present, you know, and it can affect their future if they don't deal with it in their present. So, like, me, for instance, as y'all know, I have bipolar disorder, severe anxiety, severe depression. On top of that, like, I am a survivor of rape. I'm a suicide survivor. Like, I have a lot of baggage from before I became who I am today. And a lot of times in relationships, guys start to date me and they're like, oh, she's so fun, she's so outgoing, and it's like, yeah, I am all those things, but I do hit depressive modes. Like, I go into depressive episodes and I can't control it. I can't pull myself back. Granted, I'm on my meds now, so like, I haven't had any episodes recently, of course, since starting my meds, but I do have those episodes, if I'm not on my meds, or like a change in my meds can cause them. So it's like, guys are always like, oh, you're so pretty, you're so funny, you're so different. And it's like, baby, I'm all them things right now. That's today. Check with me tomorrow. So I have a hard time in relationships because of that. Like, I'm still dealing with past things. A lot of stuff. Just to summarize it, it's a lot of stuff. I mean, my best friend died when I was 12 years old. He was also my first love, my first kiss, first dude I ever loved. Like, he died when I was 12 years old. Follow that up with every year from the day he died, every year from the year he died, I had lost somebody. Like, somebody died that I was close to. And, it's like, damn, like, you just keep getting hit and hit and hit and hit and hit and hit and hit with that. It's like, and they were dying so frequently and so close together that I didn't really have time to, like, stop and be like, whoa, I'm hurt. Like, shoo, heal, And I just kind of had to take it. I had to take it and go with it. Like, I had to take it and be like, all right, whatever, it's cool, keep pushing. And, my parents weren't big on getting you that help that you needed. So, that was an issue being in relationships as I got older, because, like, man, I'm still dealing with some shit from 3 years ago. And, I feel like when you get in a relationship with the person who is meant for you, I hope y'all heard me, the person who is meant for you, you begin to heal those demons. You begin to heal the past, because this person loves you so much that they love you through it. For me, what started my healing was my son. So, I really started healing from a lot of things almost 5 years ago when I got, 5 years ago when I got pregnant with my son. I began to heal from a lot of things. I let go of my rape. I let go of my suicidal thoughts, my suicidal ideations, my suicidal attempts. I had stopped self-harming. I was no longer popping pills. Like, I had healed from a lot of things just off of having my son. So when I went into my next relationship, like, those things were not affecting me. They weren't weighing me down. But a lot of times, especially in our generation, a lot of people have not healed from past hurt in relationships. Oh, my mama left me, my daddy left me, my grandmother raised me, I didn't have a good relationship. A lot of people haven't healed from those things. And when you go into a relationship with a person, like a lover relationship, you go into this relationship like, I love this person, I want to marry them, have their kids, make love to me every night, whatever. You have to realize that the relationship we have with our parents severely affects our relationship with our significant others. I love my daddy to death. Love my daddy. But I'm attracted to people who are a lot like my father. And my father's not a bad person. Like, he's not a horrible person. But my dad definitely has some things that kind of make you be like, do I want those in my significant other, So it's like, though I love my father, I know that I don't want to marry someone like my father. But I'm attracted to someone like my father because it's my father. I grew up with my father in my life. And I grew up with my mother staying by my father through thick, thin, up, down, left, right. And seeing that affected who I'm attracted to. It affected me. It affected my mindset in relationships. And even looking at my brother, like, my brother was affected by it. Even if he doesn't say it, like, he was. My sister, she didn't grow up with her dad. She grew up with a stepfather. Of course, my dad got her every summer. We got her on holidays, all that. But my dad was not in the home with her. She grew up with a stepfather. And, I don't really know much about her stepdad because I wasn't in the home. But, from what I've heard, people say, and from what I've heard my sister say, like, it's not that he was, once again, not a bad person. Like, he provided, he took care of my sister, whatever. But my sister is attracted to people who are like him and people who are even like my dad. And, you know, my brother is attracted to females who remind me of my mother most times. My brother's definitely dated some girls. I'm like, she's not like my mama. But I remember one of my brother's girlfriends, she was a little bit younger than me, back like a couple of days. We were born in the same month and the same year, but like a couple of days. And she, like, my mother has her master's, she got a bachelor's degree, she got a master's degree, both with kids on her hip. And now she's working on her doctorate. But the girl was a lot like my mother in the sense of, like, her drive to be what she wanted to be, her drive to graduate, her drive to, you know, finish school, do what she was trying to do. She reminded me a lot of my mother in that. And, you know, my brother, that was probably one of the girls my brother was super attracted to. And then there's been other girls that my brother's been attracted to that remind me of my mother. And they aren't like my mother in the sense that, like, they party, they go out, they drink or whatever, they smoke. My mom doesn't. But he was still attracted to people who kind of resembled things my mom would do. And, you know, people always like, especially people who's like, mom left them or dad left them or whatever, they're like, man, I ain't never gonna do that. And they end up with somebody who is a lot like that parent. And we can't help it. Like, we cannot help it. It's just, I don't know what it is, but it's a thing. Like, we are attracted to what we grow up around. So, you know, I've always been attracted to bad boys. Like I said, my dad's not a bad person, but my dad definitely has his flaws. And I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, I love a high life. Like, I enjoy, you know, being able to go out and buy my son new shoes, buy my son clothes, buy my son this, buy my son whatever he's asking for. But I enjoy it to an extent. Like, I've dated a drug dealer before, and it was cool, like, whatever. I mean, I stay with my hair done, stay with new clothes, new shoes, new whatever. If I asked for it, I got it. If my son wanted it, he got it. And it was cool, but it's like, damn, when we gonna get caught? Like, when are you gonna get caught? When are you gonna go to jail? And then he ended up going to jail, and it's just like, see what I'm talking about? So, you know, but I definitely, you know, like I said, I feel like our past always affects our future or our present, because, you know, it affects the present, and if you deal with it in the present, it can't have an effect on your future. But if you don't deal with it in the present, it's still affecting your future. Damn, y'all. Anyways, but yeah, and, you know, a big thing with relationships is you got to know your partner's love language. My love language is words of affirmation. I constantly need to hear, baby, you're doing great. You know, thank you, baby. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being a great mother. Thank you for cooking. Like, I need those words of affirmation in order for me to be like, okay, you really like me. And some people are acts of service. Like, you know, you go out and take them on a date. You buy them flowers. You clean the house. You cook. Things like that. I'm not really an acts of service type of lover, because thank you for doing that, but I don't. Yeah. Some people are, you know, I'm trying to think of all the love languages, but it's slipping my mind right now. But I mean, you have some people who are like gifts, like their form of love is to give and receive gifts. And people are like, man, that ain't love. Yeah, it is. Like, this person shows they love you by, you know, buying you the PS5 or by buying you the shoes you've been asking for. That's how they show they love you. Y'all see how long my dreads are getting? That's crazy, ain't it? Anyway, off topic, I know. But, like, there are just different types of love languages, and you have to, like, know what your partner needs. My ex he was a sapiosexual, so, like, words of affirmation kind of was, like, his love language, but more he just needed attention. He wanted my attention 24/7, and, you know, I am active in YouTube. I'm active in Beautiful with Bree. I'm active with, you know, having to promote my stuff. I have to use Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, things like that. So sometimes, you know, plus I am writing another book and I am working full time. Plus I'm in school. So it's like, I couldn't give him all my attention. And that's what he needed. Like, that's the kind of love he needed. He needed attention. And, you know, it's because he had traumatic relationships in the past. And, you know, he had dealt with traumatic things in the past. So, like, for him, that was how you show that you love him, by giving him your full, undivided attention. And I would, but like, I'm still a mom. I'm still in school. I'm still writing a book. I'm still working on YouTube. I'm still working on Beautiful with Bree. Like, I'm still working on so many projects that I couldn't just be like, okay, here's my full attention. Like, you got me. And that was something that caused a big rift in our relationship. Not to mention that, I have a hard time trusting people. I have a hard time believing that you're really interested. I have a hard time believing that you really want to be me. So in our relationship, I did, text other dudes. I was talking to other dudes because I felt like he didn't really want to be with me. And like I said, I'm a words of affirmation type of person. And he would every now and again, like, baby, damn, you beautiful, or shoot, girl, I love you, or like, man, thank you. Like, thank you for being you. But I needed that consistently. Like, I needed that probably once a day. Like, that's just how I love. And he didn't see that. So he had a hard time with being like, oh, I got you. Like, So it caused a rift in our relationship. And, I miss our relationship at times because when we were good, like, we were great. We used to have, like, dope ass conversations. We used to, like, sit and talk for hours about just everything. I mean, we would talk about God. We would talk about, religion, spirituality, music, bipolar disorder. I mean, like, we talked about everything. And, like, that's what I miss the most in that relationship, because I have yet to find someone who has that kind of bond with me. Even before him, even now. Like, I love my son's father to death, but me and my son's father never sat and had conversations about deep stuff like that. And, that just wasn't who my son's father was. But my son's father definitely always gave me words of affirmation. Always. And that's the thing. Like, if I could take that part of my son's father and the part of my ex and merge them together, baby, I'd had the best relationship ever. Do you hear me? But life doesn't work that way. Anyway, no. So, yeah. I mean, you have to know your partner's love language. If you don't know your partner's love language, you're doomed to fail. Also, y'all, a bunch of y'all asked me to talk about sex. So I'm gonna dive into it a little bit, but that's like a whole nother conversation. But understand that there's such a big difference between sex and making love. Like, I feel like people so loosely throw around, I'm gonna make love to you. Like, boy, you don't even love me. You don't know me. You're getting ready to come over here, screw my brains out, and go home. You may stay the night, but you gotta be out first thing in the morning because my kid will wake up. Like, but that's my thing. Like, people be, oh, I can't wait to make love to your body. But you're not. That's not what you're doing. And I guess you could call me petty, whatever. But I get so irritated when a dude be like, yeah, baby, I can't wait to make love to your body. Like, you're not going to make love to me, sir. You're going to have sex with me. You're going to screw me. In more or less terms, you're going to fuck me. And that's that. Like, and, with my ex, now that man, whew. And it was so gentle, so caring, so, I mean, he caressed me. Do you hear me? He would caress my body before. Like, he would lay me on my stomach, and while, like, slow stroking from the back, he would kiss my back, my neck. He would whisper, I love you. Like, you're my forever. Like, oh, even though we broke up. Like, I mean, that man would make love to me. My baby daddy made love to me. My baby daddy would literally, if it was spur of the moment sex, it was never like quick. Like, of course we had quickies because we're parents. Like, sometimes Christopher would be at the house and we'd have to boom, boom, boom real fast before we woke up. But, nights when my parents kept Christopher, when Christopher was asleep or something or like when Christopher was at nighttime in bed, like, we put him to sleep, read him his bedtime story, give him kisses and everything. And I'd go and get in the bed, lay down, be about to fall asleep, and he would just cuddle me for a moment. And I'd roll over and, like, kiss him, and we'd start talking. And, I mean, me and my baby dad had so much fun when we had sex. Like, it wasn't just sex. he would caress me, kiss me all over. Like, I mean, he would kiss my belly, rub my belly. He'd be like, man, I love every part of you. Like, ladies, understand, when a man makes love to you, he makes love to every single part of your body. I mean, you were in a dream world when you were having sex with this man, because he is taking care of you. Like, it's not just boom, 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 let me get my nut, you get yours, let's go. Like, it's multiple orgasms, it's kissing, it's words, it's shit. When a man make love to you, baby, you ain't even gotta say nothing, and you like, bro, this nigga love me. And with my ex and my baby daddy, the two of them are literally two of my best sex partners, and two dudes who truly, truly, truly took the time to know my body, to know what made me orgasm, to know like what I needed to get off, not just what they wanted to get off. And with my ex, it's so funny because me and my ex started off by just having sex. So when me and my ex first started messing, literally, it was like, boom, we would have sex, and I would like make myself I'd make myself orgasm, and he would come, and we'd go to sleep, wake up, do it again. But as time went on, and as like we got to know each other, and as we like fell for each other or began to love each other, like, I don't even want to say we fell in love, but to know, like, as we began to love each other, it became like sex became amazing. And it was the same with my son's father. I mean, the first time me and my son's father had sex, it was amazing. Like, I was like, what? But as we grew in our relationship, as we grew as parents, like, sex became just mind-blowing. I mean, it got to the point where I didn't want to have sex with anybody else. It's the same way with my ex. Like, I didn't want to have sex with anybody else because you know my body. You know what's going to make me orgasm fast. You know what's going to make me just mind blown. You know everything about my body. You know my vagina almost as well as I do. You know me inside and out. And for me, that's the only kind of sex I want to have. Now, when I was before Christopher, I would have any kind of sex. Just, I'm trying to get a nut, boy. I don't even care. Just come have sex with me. I can make myself nut. But now, after being with my son's father and then with my ex, when I get into another relationship, when I start having sex again, like consistently having sex, I want to do it with someone who takes the time to know me, to know my body, to know exactly what I need to orgasm, who knows exactly what I need to be, comfortable. Because with sex, like, it's not just about orgasming. Like, you need to make sure your partner's comfortable. I remember one time I had sex with this guy, and like, I was uncomfortable. Like, I didn't like it. It wasn't like, it was hurting, but not in like the pleasurable hurt. And I was like, bro, you're hurting me. He was like, you'll be all right. And I was like, what? No. And he got up and he was like, dang, my bad. Like, yeah, you're bad. Like, okay, I may just be a piece of ass to you, but like, respect me enough to not be screwing me uncomfortably. And I feel like with guys, especially when it's just sex, like, they just trying to get a nut, stay in there, just boom, 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 man, shut up, take it and go on. But for women, sex is a mental thing. Like, a lot of times, like, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I have nigga ways. I can have sex with a dude and never talk to him again and be like, all right, whatever, peace out, have a great day. But I'm still a woman. Like, I'm still a woman. So if it's not pleasurable, like I'm still gonna say, it's not pleasurable, move. Dudes, for them, it's like I don't know how to put it, but like, for instance, if you give a nigga head and it's not good, he just gonna be like, man, stop, bend you over, boom, 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 and go on by his day. And for a woman, it's not like that. Like, okay, the head's not good, but if the dick's not good, like, we can't just close our eyes and be like, okay, whatever, just imagine it being, like, we can't do that. I promise you, your coochie will dry up so fast like that. You'll be sitting there like, please stop, it is burning. And it's so funny because dudes be like, man, her pussy dry. Like, first of all, a woman's vagina will let you know if a man is for you or not. Period on period, poo. Because your vagina, if that man ain't for you, baby, Your vagina will be like, it'll be like dry as a damn desert. That shit is not going, do you hear me? It will not go if it's not the one. I've had sex with people before and they will be boom, boom. And I'm like, and they like, dang, baby. Boy, no matter how much you spit on it, it ain't gonna, I don't care how much you spit on it, it ain't gonna work, baby. She don't like you. You're not it for us. And that's just, it is what it is. But that talk is a talk for girl talk. Okay, catch me on Girl Talk Wednesday. And we'll talk about knowing your punani to the point that you know when a man is for you and not for you, period. But yeah, y'all, like I said, this was really about relationships. And what I want y'all to take from this is, one, know your partner's love language. Please don't be out here trying to date somebody and you don't even know what they need to be loved. Because then you look stupid. You be like, yeah, I love them. Next thing they're like, nigga, love me. Okay, like seriously, when you don't know your partner's love language and you say, man, I love you, they're going to look at you like, but you don't do nothing that I need you to do. That's crazy. So know your partner. Know your partner's love language. Take the time. If you want to be with the person and it's not just sex, take the time to know that person. I mean, I have many dudes who be like, yeah, I'm trying to get to know you, but never ask me anything about myself. But they hit me up every day about sex. But they never take the time to ask me, hey, what's your son's birthday? What's your birthday? What's your son? What's your son's favorite thing to do? What do you and your son do for fun? What's your favorite food? Do you like to cook? Do you like never take the time to ask me any of that? And then when I say, yeah, come have sex, they hit it and I'm like, all right, bye. They're like, dang, I can't stay tonight. No, nigga, you don't want me. You don't need to be here past us having sex. Once I nut and you nut, you gotta go. Dip out. Don't come back. And it's crazy because a lot of dudes be like, man, you got good pussy. You just gonna give it to me like that and then dip out? Yes, boy. Because that's all you came for. You didn't want nothing else from me. You didn't want to do nothing else from me. Peace be with you. I'm out. You out. That's that. Like, boy, I can be like a man. Okay? Oh, you want to have sex? Cool. All right, well, I nutted. Did you nut? All right, well, I'll see you later. Bye. You're not staying the night at my house? Boy, get out. So yeah, know your partner. Like, take the time to know your partner if you actually want to be with your partner. Or if you want to have long-term sex with your partner, know your partner. Like, y'all niggas don't be knowing nothing about your partner, but don't be knowing nothing about this person you have sex with. Just have sex with them and then be like, so, yeah. No, boy, you're not getting it ever again. Ever. Do you hear me? Ever. Never. And that's on period. Poop. But also, make sure that, you know your partner. When you have sex with your partner, know what your partner needs. Make sure your partner's comfortable. And don't just be out here screwing, y'all. Like, AIDS, HIV, STDs, all that's real. Okay? And if you is just going to be out here screwing, get you a condom. Okay? The pull-out method may work for not having kids, but it does not prevent diseases. That's on period. And, yeah, live life. I mean, you only live once. Have fun. Have the time of your life. Do what makes you happy. But just be mindful. Be mindful of people. Be mindful that everybody doesn't react the same way to what you may react to. Like, some people can't just have sex and go on. So, read a person first. Make sure that, you about to have sex with a person who's like, okay, cool. Like, we just having sex. I can have sex with you and move on. Because if not, if you have sex with a person who can't do that, like, that's it. Then you're in a situation and you are setting this person up for the next time they're in a relationship. That person has to deal with what you damaged. And that's not fair. So just like I said, make sure that you be mindful of what people are going through. Be mindful of people's situations because everybody has a story. And, we as a people have a really hard time with, like, accepting the fact that, like, we're not the only ones with a story. And then we break another person, and then it's our fault for their story continuing. So that's all I got for y'all today. As always, thank you for tuning in to another day in BREE'S WORLD. Make sure you share this video, like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Definitely tap that bell so you get notification every single time I upload. I'll be back to y'all with another video. Peace.
I don't know where we're gonna fly like you did sometimes.